Welcome to Dark Tales. Before the nightmare begins, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you dare. Leave a comment below telling me where you are listening from tonight and what time it is for you. Now, turn off the lights, lock your doors, and let us dive into tonight's horrifying stories together.
Story 1. The Echoes of Colchester Bridge.
The rain beat relentlessly against the windshield as midnight approached over Colchester Bridge. Ethan, 22 years old, short curly brown hair, yellow rain jacket, gripped the steering wheel tight. Urban legends spoke of a hulking killer in a rabbit suit roaming these abandoned tracks. Ethan scoffed, but his heart raced. Without warning, the car engine sputtered and died. The dashboard lights flickered violently before plunging Ethan into total pitch darkness. Outside, the rain pounded the roof like desperate clawing fingers.
A sharp crunch sounded from the gravel nearby. Through the fogged side window, a silhouette stood under the rusted archway. It was massive, jagged ears protruding from its head.
Ethan reached for his flashlight, his hands trembling violently. He switched it on, the beam cutting through the rain. The yellow beam hit the edge of the woods, revealing a decaying stuffed rabbit hanging from a tree branch. Thud! Something heavy crashed onto the hood of his car. Ethan shrieked. A rusted iron hatchet lodged deep into the metal bonnet, glinting in the pale moonlight.
Step by heavy step, a monster stepped onto the hood. The Bunny Man, 7-foot-tall figure in a filthy, tattered gray rabbit suit with torn ears, holding a rusted hatchet, towered above him. Its glass button eyes were completely hollow.
Ethan kicked his door open, knocking the creature off balance, and bolted into the dark woods. He stumbled over wet roots, the sound of heavy boots pursuing him closely behind.
Ahead lay an old, abandoned brick railway tunnel. With nowhere else to run, Ethan ducked inside. The oppressive darkness swallowed him whole as his raspy breathing echoed off stone walls.
Clang! The sound of steel dragging along brick echoed from the entrance. The beast was inside. The wet scrape of rusty iron grew louder with every passing second.
Ethan found an old rusted train car sitting on abandoned tracks inside the tunnel. He scrambled up the iron ladder and slid behind a pile of decayed wooden crates. He held his breath. Outside the train car, heavy thudding footsteps slowed down. Long, jagged felt rabbit ears appeared in the doorway silhouette. Suddenly, Ethan's phone vibrated in his pocket. The buzz sounded like a chainsaw in the dead silence. The rabbit suit head snapped violently in his direction.
With a guttural roar, the monster smashed through the wooden crates with his hatchet. Splinters exploded everywhere as Ethan scrambled backward, kicking wild.
Ethan spotted a broken window at the back of the train car. He threw himself through the glass, tumbling out onto the gravel tracks outside.
He pushed past the pane and sprinted down the moonlit tracks toward the bridge exit. Behind him, the heavy thudding of running boots gained speed fast. Ethan reached the edge of the bridge structure, but horror froze him in place. A massive fallen tree blocked the narrow track pathway completely.
He turned around slowly. The Bunny Man stepped into the pale moonlight, lowering its head, raising the heavy hatchet with both hands.
Ethan grabbed a loose iron railway spike from the ground. As the monster lunged forward with a murderous swing, Ethan ducked and drove the spike into its knee. The creature roared in muffled pain, stumbling backward over the edge of the bridge railing and falling into the roaring black river far below.
Ethan collapsed against the railing, gasping for breath as sirens echoed in the distance. But down in the dark water, a pair of dark, hollow rabbit eyes slowly floated back to the surface.
Story 2. The 3 a.m. Game of Hide and Seek.
Maya, 19 years old, long straight black hair with bangs, oversized lavender sweater, inherited her grandmother's Victorian mare.
Exploring the dusty basement, she uncovered an old wooden box tied with silver thread.
Inside lay a yellowed piece of parchment titled Midnight Rules. It described a game. Hide at 3 a.m. from the child in the mirror, and whatever happens, do not make a sound until 4 a.m.
Thinking it was a harmless prank, Maya lit a single candle at 2:59 a.m. She stood in front of the hallway mirror, whispering, "Ready or not, here I come."
The clock chimed 3 a.m. The candle flame blew out instantly. In the darkness, the hallway mirror shattered with a deafening crack. A chilling drop in temperature filled the corridor. Maya ran into the nearest bedroom, sliding under the heavy wooden bed, just as soft giggling echoed outside.
Pitter-patter, bare footsteps stepped onto the hardwood floor. The hollow ghost, gaunt, porcelain-skinned spectral child with empty black eye sockets and floating white dress, glided into the room. The ghost stopped right beside the bed. Its head turned 180 degrees with a sickening crack, searching the dark room in complete silence. A cloud covered the moon, plunging the bedroom into pitch black. Slowly, porcelain white hands gripped the edge of the bed frame, lowering down. Maya held her breath until her lungs burned. The ghost child peered under the bed, upside down. Empty black sockets stared directly into Maya's eyes.
Remembering the rule, do not make a sound, Maya did not scream. The ghost tilted its head, whispered, "Found you," but then faded into mist, confused by her silence.
Maya crawled out frantically and ran toward the attic stairs, hoping to find a lockable room. Her grandfather clock chimed 3:30 a.m.
Inside the attic, she locked the wooden door and backed away into a sea of old covered mirrors. Freezing cold breath suddenly brushed the back of her neck.
"My turn to hide."
A creepy child voice echoed from inside every sheet-covered mirror at once. The white sheets began falling off one by one.
Every mirror reflection showed the hollow ghost standing directly behind Maya, though the physical room behind her was empty. The ghost raised a pale finger to its lips. Shh. The mirror glass began cracking. Spectral hands emerged from the silver frames, reaching out to drag Maya into the glass world forever.
Maya grabbed a heavy brass candle holder from a nearby vanity table and swung it with all her strength into the central mirror. The ghost shrieked a deafening silent scream as the glass shattered. The spectral hands retreated instantly as dark smoke filled the attic air.
Ding, ding, ding. The grandfather clock downstairs chimed 4 times. 4 a.m. had finally arrived. The oppressive, dark, heavy cold dissolved.
Sunlight peeked through the attic window. Maya stood up, bruised but alive, and walked toward the stairs to leave the house forever.
As she reached the front door, she glanced down at her hand. Scratched lightly onto her palm in tiny ghost handwriting was a message. Round 2 tonight.
Story 3. The Girl Who Never Stopped Smiling.
Leo, 25 years old, blonde buzz cut, red flannel shirt over dark t-shirt, worked the graveyard shift at an isolated gas station off Highway 9. Midnight had passed, and the surrounding desert was pitch black.
The doorbell chimed softly. Leo looked up, expecting a tired trucker, but standing at the threshold was a lone teenage girl in a dirty blue denim dress.
She slowly tilted her head up. The smiling girl. Pale teenage girl in a stained blue denim dress. Uncanny, stretched impossibly wide. Unnerving smile, showing too many sharp teeth. Stared fixedly at Leo.
"Can I help you?" Leo asked, his voice shaking slightly. The girl didn't blink. Her smile stretched even wider, cheek muscles twitching unnaturally.
Without a word, she glided forward down the snack aisle without her feet appearing to move at all. Her gigantic, terrifying smile never left her face.
The fluorescent lights overhead sputtered and began to hum aggressively. Leo noticed something horrifying. She wasn't breathing. Her chest was completely still. Leo reached for the phone under the desk to dial emergency services, but the cord had been sliced clean through. Fresh black grease dripped from the wire. A terrible, wet, ripping sound echoed through the store. Her jaw unhinged downward like a snake, stretching her skin until her mouth split past her ears.
Leo turned and sprinted toward the employee-only storage room at the back, slamming the thick metal door shut behind him and throwing the deadbolt.
He stood in darkness, panting heavy. From the other side of the metal door came soft, rhythmic tapping. Tap, tap, tap.
Why aren't you smiling, Leo?
A chorus of high-pitched, unnatural voices whispered through the keyhole simultaneously.
Leo climbed up an aluminum ladder leading to the ceiling ventilation shaft, unscrewing the grill plate and crawling inside just as the metal door tore off its hinges. He pulled the metal grill back over the opening. He looked down through the vent slats. Standing directly below was the girl, neck bent backward, staring straight up at him, smiling. Ethan crawled backwards inside the narrow metal duct as fast as he could, but the sound of thin bone fingers scratching metal followed close underneath.
Crash! The metal vent duct collapsed beneath his weight. Leo crashed hard onto the concrete floor of the walk-in freezer room.
The freezer door slammed shut and locked automatically. Cold mist swirled in the blue light. Sitting atop a stack of ice bags was the smiling girl.
Leo grabbed a heavy fire extinguisher from the wall bracket, pulled the pin, and aimed it directly at the creature as she crouched to pounce.
The thick white chemical blast blinded her temporarily, knocking her off the boxes. Leo charged forward and kicked the heavy emergency exit door release bar with all his weight.
He tumbled out into the fresh, cool desert air, sprinting toward an approaching highway patrol car that was pulling into the gas station lot. The police officer stepped out, asking if he was okay. Leo turned back to point at the store window and froze in absolute horror. The officer turned around too, showing an impossibly wide, stretched smile.
Thank you for surviving another night with Dark Tales. If these stories chilled your spine, make sure to subscribe so you never miss another nightmare. Keep your lights on, stay safe, and try to sleep well tonight, if you can. Good night.